Well, goodness, that's a big question, the journey of discovery through healthy and fulfilling aging. I was 53 when I left the tally, and people would always say to me, "So how's retirement?" And I thought, gee, you know, I'm only 53, and I'm not ready for this. And I've always thought that the word retire was so passive. And when you look it up in the dictionary, it means to withdraw or go to bed. And I just thought, I'm not ready for any of that. And so I've always thought that when one door closes, you know, a whole bunch of other ones open up. And so it proved to be. So I've had a very happy 20 odd years since then, evolving. And that's the book title is Evolving, Finding Health and Happiness as We Age. And I came to the decision to call it that because the publishers, HarperCollins, had come up with a working title of How You Are Old. And I thought, it doesn't have a really good ring to it. So I stole Evolving, actually, from Serena Williams, the tennis player. Yeah. And she was often asked, you know, how's your retirement going? And she said, I have not retired, I am evolving. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what we're all doing. This is another wonderful stage of life. And, you know, we're so lucky, aren't we, really, to be here. I've found that I've gone to an awful lot of funerals lately. And I just think, gosh, you know, I'm so lucky to still be here and to still be able to live a fulfilling life and see my grandchildren grow up. So I think that we need to take hold of our retirement and don't let old age happen to you. Be proactive about it, and get the most out of it. And to be in a place like this, of course, you're able to do that so easily. So yeah, I think I've been very, very lucky, of course, I must say, to be reasonably healthy. And I think that has a huge impact on how well we age in our minds, you know, how healthy we can be. So yeah, you need to start thinking about these things early, as I keep telling all these young people who are in their 40s and 50s. That's the time you've got to start thinking about your aging. There are so many memories I have of that time, Mel, you know, and I think because of the very nature of news, it's so often very negative. You know, you open the Herald these days and it's just wall-to-wall disaster. And so I think I cling to those positive moments. And one of the greatest joys of being a news anchor is that you're there when history is unfolding. And so I think the stories I remember are particularly the Berlin Wall, the fall of the Berlin Wall. I remember doing the live crosses to Liam Jury, who was our foreign correspondent at the time. And he was actually sitting on top of the Berlin Wall as people were attacking it with crowbars and, you know, pulling bits of rock out of it. That was just, I've gone all goosey thinking about it, because that was such a symbol of the Cold War. And I grew up in a military family. My dad was a career Air Force officer, and so the Cold War was very much a part of my childhood. It was a part of all our political discussions at the dinner table, and just part of the fabric of life in the 50s and 60s when I was growing up. And so to see this unfolding before my eyes, I thought, this is the beginning of a new world order. Well, didn't prove to be, but you know, I was optimistic. So that was one thing. And I think the release of Nelson Mandela, that was another. We had cameras there waiting for him to come out of prison, and it seemed to take forever for him to come out as we were covering the thing live. And again, you know, the beginning of a new order, a better world. And again, you know, so much optimism that things are not looking great in Africa now. So those things. Oh, and of course the Sir Peter Blake, and the America's Cup campaign, those very early America's Cup campaigns, and particularly the one in San Diego, the Red Sox. We were all gathered around the telly, weren't we? You know, that's the fabulous thing about television, is that it's a shared experience of everybody coming together around the box